Fathers, pick husbands for your daughters. Fathers, pick husbands for your daughters. Part two. What's up, everybody? My name is Kier, and you are watching The Important Things That Really Matter. Today, we're going to be talking about fathers, pick husbands for your daughters. Part two. Okay. Part one, I went over, and I need to go over this again with you to do a little small recap. There were at least 3 different street interviews where men were going and interviewing random women, and usually in downtown areas. They will go out with their camera, interview women, and I've seen at least 3 different street interviews where 100% of the African American females, when they were asked, would you prefer to be in a relationship with a dope boy, a street pharmacist, also known as a dealer, or would you rather be with a person who is working a 9-to-5 job? And 100% of the African American women, 100%. And these street interviews, 3 different street interviews, 100% of the African American women chose that they did not want to be with the person doing the 9-to-5 job. They wanted to be with the dope boy. 100%. So that right there shows you the mentality or the lack of skills in being able to pick the proper man for themselves. So I discussed that in the last video that I'm talking about. That's why I'm saying, fathers, pick husbands for your daughters, pick husbands for your nieces, okay? They need your guidance and direction. I just told you 3 different street interviews where they interviewed numerous women, and 3 of those, and 100% of the women all wanted to be with the dope boy. And I know that don't make sense whatsoever. Makes absolutely no sense. Because you would think, if you were seeing these people, other women who've made this decision in the past and who have made absolutely horrible decisions, you see these people making these horrible decisions, and they're gonna turn around and do the same decisions horrible decisions they see other people make. So their life is gonna be miserable after looking at other people making the same exact bad decisions. Help your daughters, help your nieces to pick the right and proper men for them. If they will let you do this, do that. But then also let them know too that there's certain talents, abilities, skills that they need to have in being in a relationship and being in a successful relationship, okay? They need those skills. And I don't know, their mothers may not have taught them how to be a lady, their mothers may not have taught them how to be a good wife, and their mothers may not have taught them how to be a good mother. There's a lot of a lot of women who have not been taught properly. A lot. And if you look in the past, there was a whole lot of emphasis on raising and training women properly. Matter of fact, once that woman turned 16, she is supposed to, at one particular point in time, when a woman turned 16 years old, she was considered a woman at the time, and her mother and the aunts were in a position to say, okay, she's been trained properly. And that training right now has been out of the window. There's a whole lot of mothers don't even train their daughters like they used to in the past. And then even after all that training by the mothers in the past, because it doesn't even happen right now. Very few women are taught properly by their mothers. Very, very few. Now, unless they was raised way, way, way down in the deep down south, they may have been trained properly by their mothers, but that's way, way, way down south. And even then, even the South has gotten really, really bad now. So even a whole lot of mothers down there are not even teaching their daughters properly on how to be a good wife, how to be a lady, and how to be a good mother. And so, what is the point that I'm making? The point that I'm making is that fathers, you need to help your daughters and your nieces to be able to pick the right and proper people for them. You need to help them because they need the help. They need the help. Okay, and then discuss with them. Now, if you're a Pookie or a Ray Ray, you do not have or possess the proper abilities and skills to be able to show your daughter anything as far as who's a good person to be with and who's not, because you're not a good example. Pookies, Ray Rays, and Chads make bad decisions their own self. I know a person right now is trying to introduce his son to a particular female for a possible relationship, and then you analyze who he was trying to introduce his son to. You will sit up and look at him like, you're a full-grown adult. Why would you introduce your son to this type of person. If you're Pookie or Ray Ray or Chad, you don't need to be picking no man for nobody, because you make bad decisions. So anyway, the reasons why a whole lot of women nowadays need a lot of proper guidance and instructions, because you have a lot of women on social media, especially a lot of older women that's giving a lot of younger women bad advice. What's some of the bad advice that they're telling them? They're telling them go out there, have fun, screw as many people as they want to. Oh yeah, you can screw as many people as it's nobody's business, all the other stuff. The bad advice about that and going out here and building up the body count is going to make it extremely difficult for that woman, if she does happen to find a guy to marry her, a sucker, okay, to marry her. She's not going to be used to being one man, because she's going to be used to screwing around with numerous people throughout the week, and probably been doing that for years. So she finally settled on one person. It's going to be hard for her to make adjustments to that, because she's been in the street all the time. That's number one. Number two, the social media has influenced people so much so, telling women that they're going through a HOE phase, a 304 phase, some people call it a whole phase. Only hoes go through whole phases. Only hoes go through whole phases, okay? So, I watched recently, Fair Use, Fair Use, Fair Use. I watch a show on the internet. These women will sit up here talking about, oh yeah, everybody goes through that. And women sit up here bragging about how she screws some stranger in some restaurant or so when nobody was looking. Yeah, now there's probably thousands upon thousands of young women that will look at that like, she's gonna tell me the right thing. Yeah, okay. That same young woman is not thinking about if that woman had got HIV from the person, if that woman didn't get herpes from that person, or some other transmitted disease from the person. That woman not telling none of those younger women, what if you sit up here and get with a stranger and you did that with them and they either got you pregnant and you don't have no way to get in contact with them? Do you think any of those women gonna send you a check every month? Do you think that those women are gonna send that woman a check every month to take care of that kid because they decided to give them bad advice? No. They're not gonna send them a check every month for that kid because she was out there encouraging them to go out there and be a 3 or 4. Because everybody's got a whole phase. That's why, men, if you're a father and you got good decision-making skills, you're not a Pookie or Ray Ray or Chad, help your daughter to pick a right and proper man for them, proper husband, proper boyfriend, and explain. If that man's coming in there with pants sagging, let him go. If he got too many tattoos on him, let him go. What does this person do with their life? And explain in specifics why you don't think that this man will be a good boyfriend for your daughter, or why this man will not be a good man for a husband for your daughter. Explain it to her. And then, I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't be with this person based upon my experience. Parents used to do this stuff in the background. I have a video series called Parents Pick Wives for Your Sons. Parents Pick Wives for Your Sons. I think I got a part 1, a part 2, a part 3. This is part 2 of Fathers Pick Husbands for Your Daughters. All this is going to be up under the same heading. All of this is going to be up under the same heading, showing you all, fathers, pick husbands for your daughters and your nieces, if they will let you, and explain to them why this is a good man, why this is a bad man, and why you should leave certain individuals alone. And what you can do as a father is point out all these different women that pick the same underhanded, no good, rotten guy, a Pookie, Ray Ray, or Chad, and how all of these women made the same mistake and they all got the same negative results and they all come back crying and they all now want a good man after they got 2 kids by Pookie, Ray Ray, and Chad. Explain all these things to them. Explain all of these things to them so they know the process of making a good decision instead of listening to all these people up here on social media give them bad advice. Oh yeah, you gotta go out here. Yeah, you gotta go through your whole phase. Once again, only hoes go through whole phases. Only hoes go through hoe faces, all right? So, fathers, help your daughters, help your nieces pick the right boyfriends and proper husbands for themselves so they don't make all the same bad decisions that all these other women make. And you would think the women would sit up and say, well, okay, she's made the bad decision, and she made the same bad decision, and she made the same bad decision, and this other one made the same bad decision. And they all got the same bad results. I don't think I'm gonna make the same bad decisions that they did. Let me go get with this good guy over here. This good African-American guy that's trying to be something with his life. That same good guy that's trying to be something with his life, that's going to school, that's trying to get a skilled trade, just trying to be something and got a plan for his life in the future. Those are the people like myself, who's the engineers, who is the scientists, who are the doctors, because I not only was going to be an engineer, when I was in high school, I was thinking about being a doctor. One of my buddies that I went to school with, he's now a doctor. I could have been the same situation, but I didn't like looking at blood, so blood kind of did. Looking at blood kind of does a little something to me, but I could have been a doctor, but I went and became an engineer. So these are the same people that's going to be married to the daughters that you help pick their husbands for. That man trying to be something after he graduates from high school, that man's going to probably end up being an engineer, doctor, lawyer, scientist, something great. Okay, entrepreneur, that man gonna be something great. Help your daughter, help your nieces to pick them. All right, please subscribe, please subscribe, please subscribe. I guarantee you, if you subscribe, you'll have access to information from my channel that helps save you thousands upon thousands of dollars, and also help you save you a whole lot of pain and suffering, and peace.